back to square one. It's hard to square up. Everybody got come. Mama cries, dead sons. Lord, please bless them. Back to the party. I'm just pouring my. Don't get faced up before, so I live it up. When a come, better get them up. That's a floss track, better get them up. I'm a kiwi and it's a dinner rush. I'll let you finish up. Flockadamus, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your highness. I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new way. That's a certain, baby. Let's take a ride. Put your for the ones that die. It's vows tonight. Just you and I get lost tonight and lose your mind. Squad, I'm dead. 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 Squad.
I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, a very good defense will be on the field. The Broncos are top 10 in fewest points allowed. They'll be up against the Rams' offense that wants to hang a big number on them.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll stretch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. In motion left is Thomas. And that'll set him back 5. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Osweiler now off the bootleg. Hard throw, incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Austin. And now running right through him. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good, 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. In motion, Hill. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And that is is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now it's Osweiler. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Robert Quinn in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Hurry up, Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Leopard!
Play clock winding down. 3rd and long. It's Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the Rams now coming out on the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Let's go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
No. Check,
Time running out here on the play clock. After the interception, here's Osweiler. Dancing to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Osweiler with a give. This is Anderson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. A dump off to Anderson. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
They'll send Austin in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
The Rams on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Out of the gun. Goff. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to go for it. It's gone. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And to give this time to the tailback. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
2 for 66. 2 for 66.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. In motion right is Austin. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. 2nd and just 1. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are in for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They start the drive with Anderson. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go now. Detroit, here we go. Detroit.
On second down, Anderson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Osweiler now to throw on 3rd down. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Now let's go. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Now let's go. Blue landing. Here we go. 3-19.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. The Broncos in their hurry up, try to get to their positions and get set quickly.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Osweiler. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Around the NFL. Now, never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the 3rd quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? You not only eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. On second down, here's Osweiler. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That could be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. After the run, Goff going to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. On 4th down, Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 17 there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Fresh set of downs here. And the D looking like they may blitz. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
2 for 66.
To throw on second down is gone. Throw left side taken in by Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Sanders in motion right. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky Clippers. No. Check. Detroit. Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Again, Anderson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. And the wideout in motion. So that'll back him up 5.
All right, here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver.
Patriot. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Osweiler. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll send Austin in motion right. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Welcome back now to Denver. Back to the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. This time he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Watch it now, Barney.
They run it again with Anderson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Play clock winding down. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Denver has the 1st down, the play going for 15 yards. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
All right, now look at 56. 3-19. 3-19. Go. Hurry up, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. No, Jack, Patriot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Second and 10, it's Osweiler again. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Carry now for Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Going up top. Touchdown, L.A. Tavon Austin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Sanders in motion right. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now Osweiler on second down. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. He'll look to throw. Complete outright to Jake Butt. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now let's go. Green, 39. No. Check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard. No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. What's in there, Barney?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The Broncos in the hurry up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly.
Here we go. Leopard.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Over. Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Over.
He's back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Gun! Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw. Screenplay, Anderson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Broncos on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Gun! Over! Detroit!
Back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Detroit! Detroit!
They come up in an offset eye. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. And an alley to run. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. The Rams on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And an alley to run. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Defense showing blitz. First throw in overtime for Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. From the gun, here's Goff. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! All right, here we go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
The play clock's running down. Thomas, the man in motion left. 3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Fielded at the 33. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd down following the run. Gone. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. He is going to find Hill here. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stun silent.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Can't get it now. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's the touchdown. That's it. There you go.